I am doing a reading for the sign of Libra, and I'm getting some messages coming in really strong. I see you just being like, why can't I have um, my cake and eat it too? And I feel like it's very strongly for career, but it's kind of like, why, why do I have to compromise everything? Why do I feel like I have to compromise? Um, in order to make the money I want, I have to compromise this. If I want this relationship, I have to compromise this. If I want this to live here, I don't know. I see you kind of, and this is coming for a lot of people, and it's a really positive change. It's a real judgment energy. Is that judgment right there? Yeah, yeah, it's judgment. Um, Judgment card, wake up call, taking charge of your own life, your own happiness, um, and charging forward. So we have two fives here. The fives are, it's energy, it's friction, and it causes you can't kind of ignore the five. Something is loud enough and annoying enough and that you have to say something. So it'd be like your downstairs neighbors having a party, but then it's like getting into being like 1 o'clock in the morning and they're getting louder and it's just getting, and you have to work the next day. It's just getting to the point where you're like, well, I have to fucking say something because this is not cool. Um, it it's if you have a pebble in your shoe and you're just running out um, to the bottom of the driveway to your mailbox, whatever, it's not a big deal. But if you're going to go for like a 5 mile walk, you're going to have to stop and take that pebble out or it's going to cause problems. It's getting to the point where, um, and the fives you have here are the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. So this is something that's draining your energy and making you feel either financially stressed or the pentacles are about home or just out in the cold or even worse, feeling alone, especially if you're in a relationship, um, feeling shut out, feeling it's the pentacles is the sign that can make a house feel like a home. It's not a house isn't doesn't automatically feel welcoming because of the structure. I mean, a little bit, I guess. But it's because of the energy you feel and the feel in the home and how people conduct themselves in the home. So there are homes you go in and they're very formal and they're very um, cold and unwelcoming, or you know what I'm saying? And then there are other ones you go in and you just feel comfortable and welcome. And you should always feel comfortable and welcome in your own home. But there's some financial thing maybe that's worrying you. And someone could have a temper too with the Five of Wands that you just don't want to deal with. What do we have over here? This looks like the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so a change in thinking. The Knight of this may boom, like with the Judgment card, just may click in your brain just immediately. And so for other people, it can feel like an abrupt thought, but for you, it's actually been a long time in coming. We have that timing card with the Seven of Pentacles. You've been thinking about this for a long time. And something happens with the Judgment card that wakes you up, that that allows you to review your life and see things differently and say, well, it's usually a, well, what the fuck are you waiting for card. Like, why not? What time point? I think we say, oh, well, I'll travel when we get here. I'll do this when this happens. Who's to say that's ever going to happen? Not to be morbid, but it's kind of like, why not? What am I waiting for? And why am I waiting? And are those two connected? You start putting things together in your brain in a different way and seeing things in a different way that causes you to kind of snap out of somewhere where you were stuck potentially. And the emperor says you need to make decisions that you are happy about the consequences you're dealing with. That makes sense. um, you have to live your life for yourself. It doesn't mean you're selfish. It really doesn't. It's interesting. It's above the marriage card. Well, we have the six. We have the moving home and the marriage card. Huh. So, I mean, there's an offer here. Look at the posture in this Three of Cups. That's support. That's networking. So there's an offer coming in. And all of these, okay, I think that's too many, but whatever. There's an offer coming in. Okay, let's read this line then too. We have, in this line, we have the two fives. We have the Five of Wands. So this is competition. Someone who's always competing, always has to be right, can be kind of fiery. The Five of Pentacles is not feeling shut out, not feeling comfortable where you're at. At the top, we have the King of Pentacles. And this is the head of the home. This is the breadwinner. This is the slow and steady wins the race. Do you want to be the ruler? It doesn't matter about gender. The rock, the one doing everything, yet feel like there's strife and unhappiness in your personal life. Could be in the workplace as well. Maybe you're doing all this crap and you're not getting paid enough for it. Then we move over here, and here's this wake-up call. There's something about kids. There's something about the simple life. There's something potentially about a homecoming. There's something about your past. Maybe you look back and you're like, well, that's a time when I was happy. I did feel good. I did enjoy that atmosphere. And either maybe going back to that or finding a way to have that now in some form. And you've been patient. So this is something you've been thinking about and wanting for a very long time. But it involves being honest with what you truly want. And I mean, it could be the breakup of a marriage. It could be moving to something, though, more stable, because the Four of Wands is about stability. Maybe you could also maybe move in with someone and maybe you didn't think you would. Something about marriage and kids. What else do we have here? The Emperor, double Emperor. So living your life for yourself. Again, doesn't mean you're being selfish. it means you're factoring yourself in heavily in your own life. Seven of Swords. Yeah, I'm going to put this with these five. Someone's behaving badly. Someone is they're just so caught up in what they want. There's a little bit of a, over those two fives, maybe you've been suffering in silence. Maybe you've been slowly planning your escape. Huh, interesting. Maybe you just fucking pack your shit up and leave. Oh no. Or maybe you're just like, I'm going. I see you just kind of like you don't want to get into it. You don't want to talk about it anymore. You don't want to fight anymore. You don't want to be there anymore. You just want to just leave and not give anyone a vote. Nine of Pentacles. This is enjoying life, enjoying what what you've accomplished. Maybe there was always an energy again of lack with that Five of Pentacles, of not being enough, of control. And the Nine of Pentacles is like, I'm living, I'm happy, I'm making money, but I'm spending some of it. I'm going to enjoy some of the luxuries life has to offer. Well, I don't need to deny myself of everything, like, it's almost like that mentality of save. There's this level of anxiety about having to control and save and worry. And, that can be instilled in us. Some of the older generations, I mean, shit, they lived through wars. They may have been brought up with parents that went through the Depression. Who knows? It could be a cultural thing. I don't know where that came from, and I don't have any examples because I'm not even sure, but that just came out for someone that may make sense. I can say I was raised Catholic, like the Catholic guilt, something like that of you have to sacrifice. And so that could be what I mean. What else do we have here? Three of Swords. So there could be an ending of a relationship, the truth coming out. And here's the Knight of Swords again, the moving on. This change of thinking, the Judgment card again, the wake-up call, the decision, and the Three of Cups. I think Scorpio just had that. That's a mutually supportive atmosphere, being around friends and positivity, supporting each other, good vibes. Two threes. It's kind of like, yeah, you could see it as, if you let your brain go there, as really negative and hurtful, but there's also some really positive things. Getting away from the Three of Swords is always a good thing. I mean, it always is. Yeah, examine what got you there, but moving on. It's much nicer to be in a supportive environment than one that just you feel trapped and just, oh my God, I can't fucking deal with it. So the wake-up call for you is to change the situations and circumstances in your life that you've been where it's not a good feeling, it's not a good situation, it's fraught with conflict or stress. And allowing yourself, it's so funny, it's like allowing yourself, Libra, am I doing Libra right? Libra too. It's okay to be happy and enjoy your life. I don't know why that's so novel for you guys to think about. Also, though, tends to be alone sometimes, standing alone. And Librans, I'm a Libra moon. It's a sign that really likes to be in a relationship, whether they realize it or know it or not, or whatever the reason is behind that. And so it could just be, it's so a part of it's so ingrained in you that you kind of have to have this realization like, yeah, I can be alone. Like, why not? Like, that's okay. Doesn't mean I'll always be alone, but I can be alone and it will be okay. And I can actually even enjoy that, enjoy standing on my own and thrive. So, big wake up call, moving away from those negative energies. The energy is really shifting in all these readings and really moving forward. But it's kind of a big deal, I feel like. It's even though the fives are little with the two judgments and the emperor, there's really stepping into your own life and taking charge of your own life and making decisions and taking responsibility for things and moving on. And like I'll just have to deal with the consequences. I know I can, but I'm going to be so much happier in the long run. And just surrendering that, yeah, there may be some Three of Swords, but look at what's waiting. It's going to be okay. Everyone's going to be okay, I'm hearing. Everyone's going to be okay, but it's again that codependency we can feel as Librans, because we're just are so able to see everyone's side of the story, which is fantastic, but can get us into supporting things that maybe shouldn't be supported. So support yourself. You're supporting yourself. Okay, that's coming through really strongly. All right, Libra, I will leave it there. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Take care.